EA just announced the delay of Season 2 until February 17th. All everyone's doing is just reading EA's post, and I obviously believe that you guys are capable of reading yourself. So today, we're going to talk about some things that they don't mention in this post, and some things that we may have forgotten from the past that tell me that EA is seriously about to deliver with Season 2. First and foremost is the simple fact that they are willing to delay Season 2. That means one of two things. A, it was absolute dog water, which I don't really think is the case. As everyone's been saying, Season 1 and Season 2 are probably been finished for a long time before the game actually launched or planned. So I don't think it's complete garbage. I really do think that they're taking community feedback, making these changes, and they're going to present it in a much larger way than was originally planned, or they're going to add a bunch of stuff. And if you look at the actual post, like I said, I'm not going to read it to you guys. I believe that you guys are capable of reading it yourself. They have some things in there that lead me to believe that they are listening to the community. Very specifically, for the extension of this month, we're going to get a few double XP weekends, which means that they're listening to us about progression, potentially. It could just mean, hey, look, we're sorry, here's some double XP. But they also go into detail about having double XP weekends and the extra bonus path, which is called Frostfire, actually has hardware XP built into it. So they are for sure listening, because hardware XP is double XP for weapons. It is weapon progression. So they purposely put easier weapon progression into this extra bonus path, which is actually a very good sign. They are listening. They also put in there that for this extra time, they will be showcasing Portal servers. Hopefully it's not the stuff that they've been doing now with the weird events, but it's actual maps, maybe the downtown map or the golf course map, which is basically Eastwood. But if they actually showcase sections of RedSec on the front of Portal, that is a very, very good sign. Obviously, they didn't make any notes of this, so we'll have to wait. But saying specifically that they're going to showcase some more Portal servers is also just another indicator that they are actually listening. Now, for some things that may have been overlooked, that most people won't think about, I'm not going to talk about in this post, but is also probably very heavily weighted into the decision to delay Season 2, is the leader passed away. I mean, we all know that Vincent Pella passed away. They may potentially be hiring an outside source. I haven't looked anything up, but in reality, if they promote from within, that means there will not be a lot of drastic change. But the visionary, the leader of Battlefield 6, the leader of the development, is not there. So this happening over the holidays, when they came back, they're not able to hit the ground running. So there may just simply be delays in the game plan. Rest in peace. The only thing that I want to say further past that is that may be a potential in terms of the delay, right? That is the vision leader of the group. And yeah, he may not have a hand in specific design, specific maps, but that is a very heavy hand in final decision making and organizing what needs to get done when. So if the captain of the ship is not there, the ship cannot sail. That's basically the only thing that I have for that, and that may potentially be a reason, but it is something that I've not heard anybody discuss, and that actually plays a big role in this. I personally think that this Season 2 delay is going to be for the better, 100%. If you all remember correctly, a few months ago, pretty much at the release of Battlefield 6, about 1 or 2 weeks later, they released a post saying they were hiring map designers. Previous employees of EA that worked on Battlefield maps had left, and a few of them were coming back. I don't remember the names, but I believe there were 3 people that had worked on Battlefield 3 and 4 that were hired as extra map designers about 2 or 3 weeks after release. That's about 2 months ago now. So these guys have been cooking for about 2.5 months, having extra people with Battlefield experience. An extra month of time for a map designer goes a very, very long way. I 100% believe that they're going to push out with this delay something extra that was not originally planned. Now, obviously, there's not a lot of information about this out there simply because they're not going to tell us what they're putting out until it's ready. But whatever it is, I can almost guarantee you there's going to be an extra something in there that was not originally planned for. They've been hiring people, they've been adding people to the team because of the success of this game. They've been listening to the community. They've been showing us small glimpses of being able to deliver, or at least which direction they're headed or what they're actually paying attention to. And they've hired map designers. I genuinely believe they're going to try to over deliver for season 2. I don't know if it's going to be new maps. I don't know if it's going to be remakes like the rumor that's been going around about propaganda. But whatever they deliver, I'm almost certain will be a little bit more than what was originally planned, especially given the fact that they have delayed season 2 now. Delaying season 2 is also them deciding not to release trash, right? It's difficult for a larger company to change their model. We're going to use Call of Duty, for example, right? It makes it very difficult for them to release their cadence because that is set income, right? The cosmetics, the camos, the battle pass, that is all set cash that is coming in, and them making an active delay will piss players off. More people will potentially leave. It could have negative repercussions. So the simple fact that they chose to make the delay is very meaningful. They've given up potential cash. They've given up potential player base increases. They've given up more people buying the game for season 2 content, specifically to delay it for a month. So this is very meaningful and very impactful. No large company is going to delay something that does not have to be delayed. It's also a battle pass style delivery method. They could release the good things. Let's say they had one map ready and then 2 or 3 weeks worth of camo content. They could have released that up front while still working on the rest of it and have it ready by the time it needed to be delivered in a month down the road. So the fact that they delayed it means it's a meaningful, impactful change that affects everything to do with the whole seasonal package, not just adding an extra map at the end or making sure that a specific weapon is ready. If they have 2 weapons that they're going to release, they could have released the one that's functional first and then released the other one later while they still worked on it throughout the course of the whole first portion of it. So this delay is meaningful and impactful. Hopefully. We obviously don't know. We're also going to get leaks. We're also going to get a lot of leaks because they clearly specified that labs testing, Battlefield Labs, is going to be for late stages of development, which means the early things that are going to release in season 2 will probably be played in labs over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we will get leaks from those because we have. So we actually will be getting more leaked information here in the very near future as soon as they start testing this stuff, which I believe will probably be 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks beforehand, so here in a week or two. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about is this little green thing that's popped up. And I find it very strange. For me, I don't care, right? It's a theme. So in reality, it's not going to affect the multiplayer maps. It may just be us in multiplayer getting some weird camos and guns and stuff. But it's not going to affect very much in terms of the multiplayer experience. None of these themes ever do. But if we're using Call of Duty as an example, that will probably mean that Red Sec is going to get the theme change. Obviously, the Battle Royale is the thing that they change and they make it new and appealing. So for us people that pretty much strictly play multiplayer, I don't think there'll be much outside of camos and gun, but I do believe that we may get fire turning into gas, or there may be some sort of gas theme in Red Sec where you're gonna have to use a map. I really don't think that they're gonna make much changes in terms of multiplayer to do gas related things outside of some sort of game mode like they did with Empire State with the ice lock things. I don't see it being very impactful for multiplayer, but I do find it very strange that both Battlefield and Call of Duty have a toxic theme around the same amount of time. Battlefield is toxic, COD is poison. That's just weird. But that's it. That's actually all I had for you guys today. So I do believe that the Season 2 delay is going to be very, very good. We have hints that EA is listening to us with the double XP, the weapon progression, the portal. They're giving us hardware boosts. The fact that they're willing to delay Season 2 and take that consumer hit that that news hit. Obviously, everyone has a negative twist on this, but in reality, I genuinely believe that it's going to be strong and positive, very, very positive. So I definitely on the hopeful side. I definitely do still believe that it's kind of all about perspective, and I don't think that this is going to go by the wayside. I definitely do think that they're making the right decisions to delay this and give us the best experience possible. In the meantime, enjoy Battlefield, like either of these two videos right here.